Apparently I'm a cheese cracker collector now. So a few months ago, I posted a video where I tried a bunch of different cheese-flavored snack crackers trying to find an alternative to Cheese Nips. Cheese Nips are my favorite cheese cracker, but unfortunately they have been discontinued for some time. In the last video, I concluded that Better Cheddars were the best alternative. After all, they are a Nabisco product as well. But since then, I have learned about some other cheese cracker brands, including, apparently Canada still has Cheese Nips, only they're under the Ritz brand, which is by Nabisco, or as they're called in Canada, Christie. So I expect these to taste just like normal Cheese Nips. And for comparison, I do still have some original Cheese Nips in this package. And as you can see here, I do have a bunch of other crackers to try out, and we're gonna save these for last, because I expect these to taste just like regular Cheese Nips. First, try some original Cheese Nips here. Now my tongue knows what to compare all of these to. Let's start with the Kroger Baked Cheese Bits crackers. They look like what I expect cheese crackers to look like. They've got that signature flavor that most cheese crackers have that I don't really care for, and Cheese Nips don't really have that. They're not as bad as Cheez-Its, I would say. Cheez-Its are a lot more, that flavor is a lot more pronounced, and it's very sharp and bitter. These are okay. And this time I've got a bottle of water to rinse my palate with. Next we've got the Crav'n brand. You can find this at most grocery stores, like associated food stores. Speaking of associated food stores, there does exist Food Club brand cheese crackers, but I couldn't find any at my local stores, so we'll just have to settle for this. Maybe in the future I could order some Food Club crackers online, and do another follow-up video if I can find some other brands to try with it. But let's give these a shot. I have had these before, and I remember them being very bland. These don't taste as bland as I remember, but still not as good as Cheese Nips. They're not really bitter at all, which I do appreciate, but it definitely needs more flavor. I'm gonna eat another Cheese Nip to refresh my memory. The Crav'n is not bad, but they just don't have much flavor. Here we've got Annie's Cheddar Squares. I believe you can also find this at most grocery stores. These are a bit more orangish. Look kind of toasty. I gotta say, I really like these. They've got considerably more flavor than the Crav'n brand. Curious to know if these have any MSG. Doesn't look like there is any MSG in these, which is good. Since I just ate a Cheese Nip, I think these do taste pretty similar. I would definitely snack on these or put them in some tomato soup. Now this is Earth Balance Vegan Cheddar Cheese Crackers. Well, not cheddar, they're cheddar flavor because they're vegan. I can't say I've ever had vegan food before, so this will definitely be a new experience for me. They're a little thinner than most cheese crackers and feel a little harder. Got a little bit of powder on them. They're very airy, which I kind of like. They remind me of something, but I can't put my finger on it. Oh, I know what. I'll be right. I know what it reminds me of. I'll be back. They remind me of these Ritz chips. So they're crackers that are just chip-like. They're thinner and a lot more crisp. So yeah. And these do taste like cheese, so for any vegan viewers, I would definitely recommend these. Does kind of have a bit of an aftertaste, but not a big deal. Now here's Baker's Harvest. These came from the dollar store. They're dollar store, so I expect these to taste average, like an average cheese cracker. The texture feels softer than most crackers, and they taste like cheese crackers, but you can definitely tell that it's cheap. It's not bad, but definitely cheap. If you're really tight on cash and have nowhere else to go, you can get by on these. Now these ones also came from the dollar store, and it's a little hard to tell what the brand is at first because the logo is so small. It's right there. They're called Sobisk. Come in little packets. These feel a lot more hollow, and they're also a lot toastier looking. Very crunchy. Wow, there's a lot of salt on these. Though honestly, I don't seem to taste much cheese flavor. Oh my goodness, these are so salty. I kind of do like these, but they are so salty. Wow. So as far as my recommendation for these goes, maybe. And finally, the Ritz Cheese Nips, which I bought on Amazon for about $12 from Canada. Let's hope it was worth the price. First I'm gonna try just a couple more cheese nips, the original North American, that is. Alright, let's try the Canadian Ritz Cheese Nips. Alright. I don't know if it's because of how salty the last ones were, but these taste very weak. Either that or I'm just desensitized to the cheese flavor at this point. These kind of taste... I think these taste very similar to these. I can definitely taste more of a sharp cheddar flavor in the Crav'n ones. Maybe I just need a proper palate cleanser rather than just water. I'm gonna go find something to properly cleanse my palate with. Got myself some apple slices. I think I need something sweet and refreshing before I taste do any more comparisons. Okay, let's give the Ritz Nips another shot. They taste better now, but they don't taste as good as I remember cheese nips tasting. Okay, I think I can now say that these taste similar, but the Ritz Cheese Nips from Canada taste considerably less flavorful. The flavor is a little more weak. But I think these ones, the Annie's Cheddar Squares, might be better than the cheese nips. I definitely get more of a savory aftertaste from these, which I really like. I don't really get that with the normal cheese nips. I kind of wish I had another box of better cheddars to compare this with. but based on my memory, the better cheddars have a distinct buttery flavor to them. So I don't know if you want that in your cheese crackers. So the Ritz Cheese Nips were unfortunately a disappointment, but I was pleasantly surprised by the Earth Balance vegan crackers. So in conclusion, I wouldn't recommend importing these from Canada just to get your cheese nips fix. I would instead recommend either of these as well as better cheddars. The Kroger ones are kind of whatever. Cheez-Its are probably arguably better than these. If you're on a super tight budget, then maybe you could go for these dollar store ones. I like how crunchy these ones are, but man, these are so salty. Crav'n is also kind of whatever. They don't have much flavor. Well, that about does it. So if there are any other cheese cracker brands that I haven't tried yet that you think I should, just feel free to let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye. $12.